What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our goalie career. Today, we got a matchup on the road against the very dangerous Boston Bruins. The list of the superstars go on and on. You can see the list at the bottom there, just to name a few. They need no introduction. They're a very solid team, even still in this hockey game. They are doing well to start the year as well, and our little swing of the Atlantic Division continues. You know, we started the new year off with a comeback matchup against the Montreal Canadiens. It was a really solid outing. The Flyers played really strong in front of us, but Sam Montembeault shutting the door. He was outstanding for the Montreal Canadiens, and he was a big reason why they were able to take 2 points over us in that first game. Then we moved over to the Ottawa Senators. It was a grudge match, the second match of the year against the Senators. We won the first match. They ended up getting the best of us. It was another really strong outing. A little bit more shots than I would have liked to. I think we had something like 20 or 25 shots in the first period against alone. So we're looking to clean that up a little bit. A couple losses, but the effort is there. The boys look strong. They're battling. They look fast. They're making some good plays. We just got to clean up a little bit of things to make sure that we're giving ourselves a chance to win. Because if goals aren't hitting the back of the net, you got to make sure that you're playing defensively strong in front of your goaltender. And for myself, like we've been playing all year long, just continue to take care of those rebounds, be a little bit stronger positionally, and give the boys a chance to battle through every single game. It's a much different season this year. We got a lot of young guys learning to play in this league, and the Boston Bruins aren't going to give us an easy time here. So it should be a fun matchup. Like I said, the Bruins are having a great start to the season themselves. 10-5-2. For us, we have slipped back down to 500 hockey, but it's been a pretty solid couple games. Let's see if we can continue that energy into this grudge match. So we go from a grudge match against the Senators to a grudge match here in Boston. Two very physical teams, two very strong, offensively gifted teams. We'll see if the Flyers can come to the TD Garden and take 2 points away from this very strong Boston Bruins offensive powerhouse. Here we go. We'll get you set now. Puck drop. We'll see if the boys can continue that really strong pace they've had the last few games. And it would appear that Joel Farabee is indeed still on that top unit. A little bit worrisome, that Travis Konechny injury is proving to be a lot longer than I had anticipated. I remember the play. He took a weird hit, and it didn't even look like he was that bad, but he limped off the ice, didn't come back in that game, and here we are, 4, 5, 6 games later, and still no sign of him. So big blow to the team, but like I said, the effort's been there. The lines have been juggled, and everybody has been playing really good. And there's another great effort as Michkov streaks in. It was a point shot. I'm not quite sure who it was, but Michkov gets the rebound as it was the goaltender. I believe it was Swayman, struggled off that one right there. It hit his defenseman in front, and then Michkov works his way, kicks it off his feet to his stick, and buries his 8th goal of the season. Let's get after it, baby. Unbelievable. Well, there's a good start to the game. Exactly what you were looking for. A great look at that replay there, and Michkov is going to jump up for tying the team in points. Let's go, baby. Michkov now getting another goal. He is filling in like we've talked about. I mean, his chemistry that he had built with Konechny. You got to give Travis Konechny a lot of credit for jump starting this season for Michkov. Michkov in the first 2 to 3 games really looked like he didn't fit in on that top line. He wasn't playing physical. He wasn't using his speed. He wasn't getting to those dirty areas as he nearly banks in another one on the side of the net. But it was Travis Konechny, the man we were just talking about who's injured, that really got his game going. A lot of really good passes. Used his body to make sure Michkov was getting into the right position, pulling players away from the superstar. Then Michkov has just exploded since then. 8 goals for the youngster so far on this season. It's a great start. It's a great start to this game. And the Flyers jump up to an early lead, and that's exactly what you need here against the Boston Bruins. And now it's going to be Owen Tippett working it in, trying to get a shot steered towards the front of the net. Blocked in front, and Swayman's able to track that one down. So 3 minutes into this game. Beautiful. Here we go. Big face-off. Steal to Tippett. Tippett back for York. York with a hard shot from the blue line. And that's exactly what you need from the blue line. We've talked about being a little bit more responsible defensively, but You also want to make sure that you're not taking away from your offensive game, getting those low shots, getting those rebounds in front for your big boys, the big bodies, to either tip it, no pun intended, Owen Tippett likes to tip it in front of the net, or just get a juicy rebound like we just saw for the youngsters. So here we go. Brad Marchand now being called with a slash in the corner. The puck got away from him, and then he got his hands, or his stick, into the hands of Steele there. So that's 2 minutes for the captain of the Bruins. He's not going to like that one. You can hear the TD Garden booing. They're not a fan of it, but it was without a doubt. That's a really good player model, by the way. Brad Marchand has a very distinct face, and they nailed it right there. That's probably one of the best player models I've seen in the game. Here we go. Big power play here, trying to extend our lead to 2-0 as the faceoff won a little bit too cleanly, and it corrals all the way out of the zone as the Flyers are forced to regroup. Offside, Sam Steele just ahead of that puck. Well, this is all you could ask for. I mean, it's one of those games that we're going to have to stay engaged with. You know, 5 minutes in, we have not faced a shot. We now have a power play opportunity. We know that these Boston Bruins can get into the game in a hurry. And here's a good shorthanded opportunity. Our first save. We're going to have to steer that one into the corner. Do that nicely. No rebound. Another pass in front for Carlo. And that puck's blocked a little wide. So a little sluggish here at the start of a period to get our power play set up. Hathaway doing a great job. McAvoy getting that puck steered towards. There's about 45 seconds killed off the power play as finally Bobby Brink will try and send this one forward for the Flyers. He loses the puck, and Hathaway gets it over to McAvoy. Up to Eriksson Ek. Remember, Eriksson Ek was one of the few trades at the deadline last year in our first season, finding his way onto the Boston Bruins. He's had a big impact. Joel Farabee now back for Brink, who cuts to the middle, and Carlo uses his long reach there to poke the puck away. Eriksson Ek. So pretty sluggish first power play. You know, we've talked about it all the time, and I feel like there's example after example. Getting a power play early when the game is still fresh, the ice is still fresh, players have a lot of energy. It is very hard to get anything set up. It just seems like the AI don't quite use power play structure to their advantage, and that's something that this game has kind of struggled with for a number of years now. You know, you see even in franchise mode, online, whatever it might be, you can set like a power play structure of where you want players to play, who's carrying the puck, who's dropping the puck. I just feel like EA hasn't quite figured out how to translate that into the game. It's all well and dandy to set up, you know, a power play unit like that, but unfortunately it doesn't always translate into the game. Pavel Zacha now gets it up to Marchand, who is now out of the penalty box. They were able to clear that one pretty much with ease. I don't even think we got a shot steered towards Swayman in that opening power play. We still hang on to that 1-0 lead. Michkov now back, playing a little bit of defense up ahead now. Sanheim forward to Tippett. Tippett after the power play gets some time on this top unit. He loses the puck. Zadorov squirts that free to Zacha. He's now battling it with Cam York. Sanheim just able to get to that puck. Morgan Frost now. Morgan Frost back for Tippett. There's a hard shot that changes direction on Swayman. You can see him throw his glove high up there. It actually went down blocker low, and he was able to just get a good positional save on that one. Now Pavel Zacha working it back in for Boston. A cross-seam pass. We nearly move out of the way. I just get a strong kick from the left. Make a big save. 10 minutes down in this first period. It's 1-0. Still a lot of season left in this season number 2. It's a fun playthrough so far. A lot of eventful things have happened. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because I've kind of been considering like where I want this career to go through, because we've done a number of these playthroughs, 2024, 2023, and you know, some of them you stay with the same team and you try and win a Stanley Cup, and then other teams you don't have a great team in front of you, so it's hard to win a cup, so you jump ship. Well, in this one, we had that issue where the game gave us the opportunity to leave after 1 year from the Vegas Golden Knights, and now here we are with the Flyers on a 1-year contract. So again, so much season left. It's hard to know exactly what's going to happen between now and the end of the year. But we also have the option to jump ship at the end of this one. Could this playthrough just be one where we're just changing teams all the time, or maybe we stick it out with the Flyers, who have built a pretty strong young team, see if we can piece it together. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to try and win a Stanley Cup before the next iteration of this game comes out, but you really never know. It's in a lot of the CPU's hands. Obviously, the computers are the people scoring the goals in front of you, they're defending in front of you, but it's also the management how the game reacts to trades, how it reacts to free agency. Just because you're really solid one year doesn't mean that the next year your team's going to look drastically different, even if your team is a competitive team. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of fun things that happen, a lot of randomness that happens, but in my opinion, that's what makes these Via Pros at least playable, because it's a pretty stale game mode either way. But anyway, enough of that. Let's focus back on the game. Michkov now stops to try and get a pass forward. Pasternak coming back, and he sends it over to his line mate, Marchand. Marchand will just float that one towards the front of the net. We track that one nicely. Hang on for another save here. 6:53 left in the first period. Pretty much all the Philadelphia Flyers up until this point. And that's, like I said, that's what we saw against Ottawa, and that's what we saw against Montreal. Just very strong efforts here lately. You know, the season record might not fully reflect how the team's playing at the moment, especially getting... Oh my gosh, what a tip in front. Who was that? I think that was Eriksson Ek, the big body, getting a tip down, hits off the post, squirts right in front, and we are just able to grab that one before Pasternak gobbles that up and into the back of the net. But anyway, yeah, the last couple weeks has been unbelievable efforts, and I've said it when we signed this contract, you're not going to win every game this year. It's just not a team that's designed right now with the youngsters, some veterans that are kind of, I don't want to say they're bad, but they're not compared to some of the veterans you saw in Vegas. You're not going to win every game, but the effort needs to be there. That's kind of what I've always said about my own gameplay. Some weird puck bouncing right now. Just give your team a chance to succeed. Morgan Frost now. He's back into the offensive zone. Backs across for Tippett. Tippett streaks in, and Swayman tracks that puck nicely. He's actually going to play the puck to Zadorov. And before he takes a big hit by Tippett, he gets it up to Charlie Coyle. Coyle now in, working against Drysdale. He wins that battle. Now Drysdale takes off the other way. Drysdale pulling two Boston Bruins to him, drops past it to Steele. A good save once again by Jeremy Swayman, who has settled into this game. You know, an early goal can definitely rattle an AI goaltender. I mean, hell, it can rattle us too. We're going to play this puck quickly over to Drysdale. A lot better passes in this one. I love what I'm seeing from the, you know, top four defensemen. Just some quick passes. Get it in front. Sam Steele. And a great poke check to make sure Owen Tippett didn't get that rebound. Here's a tip in front. Sanheim jumping in, gets a stick on that one, and it goes just wide. Some good full pressure now by the Philadelphia Flyers, but it'll be Carlo who will be able to clear this one and alleviate that pressure. Now Lindholm streaking in. Big save at the corner of the net. Sanheim now. Sanheim over to Robinson. Robinson, remember, filling in on this second or third line, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure. I know it's listed as 2 and 3, but both lines getting equal amount of time on the ice in the absence of one Travis Konechny. So Robinson has definitely made his presence known on this team. Here's full pressure now for the Bruins. Lindholm to Eriksson Ek, and we slide across nicely. Boston nearly evening the shots here in the last couple shifts. 30 seconds left in the first period. A 1-0 hockey game as the TD Garden finally has some life in this one. They can smell a little bit of a spark here late in the period. Eriksson Ek with a big face-off win, a block shot, and a tee-up right in front by Eriksson Ek. And, I mean, ever since we saw that trade, I'm pretty sure we played against them the game after that trade was made. He had an impression then when we were on Vegas, and here he is on Boston against the Philadelphia Flyers, and he is making himself known. Another tip in front by Eriksson Ek off the shot from the defenseman. Samula trying to kill off these last few seconds. Our goalie is absolutely exhausted. There's a couple good passes up ahead to Michkov late in the period. Tries to feed it across, but time will expire. And the Boston Bruins nearly getting a couple there off the stick of Eriksson Ek, but it's going to be the Philadelphia Flyers getting the better of them. 1-0 here in the first period. A great goal early by Michkov. Here it is. Bangs it off his foot. Bangs it off. There you go. 1-0 game here in Boston. Well, there you have it. There's the stats. There's your first period summary. It was pretty dominant for the first, I would say, 14 minutes by the Philadelphia Flyers, but credit to the Boston Bruins. They're cleaning up their passing. They're making some big efforts. They're getting into those shooting lanes and trying to steer in a dirty one. We've hung on. It's now the next 20 minutes of regulation here in the TD Garden. The fans are loving the atmosphere. Two, you know, gritty teams, two passionate fan bases going to war here Charlie Coyle, he loses that puck, and Sanheim will steer it the other way. Joel Farabee now. Joel Farabee's got to find an extra step. You know, we've experimented with a couple different bodies replacing Travis Konechny. You had Owen Tippett for a few games. Now you have Joel Farabee as that puck nearly has eyes for the back of the net. Joel Farabee has unfortunately been a little bit invisible since coming to this top line. He had a great impact on that second unit. Tippett was good when he was playing on the top line, but he makes that second line so much stronger that I understand why you bounced him back. But for Farabee, he's been unnoticeable. And as a forward, that is not great. You can say that, you know, when you're a defenseman and sometimes you have a quiet game, that's usually a good thing. It means you're not making too many mistakes. You're not getting involved offensively when you shouldn't. For Farabee as a forward, he's looked a little invisible, and that's something we need to make sure he comes back in. But it's not saying that the line hasn't found success. I mean, Michkov and Frost have gotten some points here in the last few games. Just needs some help by that third guy. Great pass over to Sanheim. Sanheim walks in with some traffic, tries to find a rebound in front of the net, but it's steered wide. McAvoy now up to Lindholm. Lindholm gets crunched. Sanheim will turn the puck the other way. Zamula finds Michkov. Michkov back for Tatar's second line, joining the rush. It was Steele who tried to get a shot towards. It's ricocheted into the corner, and now the man we've talked about, Eriksson Ek, finds his way towards the front of the net. He's hit down to the ice. So Philadelphia cleaning up, starting to make their physicality known here in the second period as Tatar fights off a hit. And Michkov late in his shift, probably a little bit too late in this one. A great play by Boston to turn this the other way. And it looks like Michkov still hasn't gotten off the ice. So I'm not quite sure if he's stuck in one of those long shift loops where the change has already been made. It hasn't triggered another one. It's not like he hasn't looked great. He's putting on some pressure here, even with the last little bit of his stamina. Brad Marchand now. Marchand over to Eriksson Ek. Ek with another tip in front, this time off the body of a Philadelphia Flyer. Marchand keeps that puck in. We hold strong, and we're making some big saves against some key guys for this Boston Bruins. That's Pasternak walking in front alone. We make a big save. And I mean, that's what we got to do. Those are saves that can change a game in your favor. You know, this has definitely not been the start to the second period that maybe we were looking for. But you give the boys a little bit of a chance to get their legs under them. Big saves, that's what a good goaltender needs. And there's a good little give and go play. Sanheim a little off balance, just able to get that shot steered towards the crest of Jeremy Swayman. 5-3-0 is our record, a .933 save percentage. Remember, you got to keep in mind that brutal couple games that EA simulated where we let in like 12 goals in 2 games. And we're still sitting at a .933. It just shows you the impact we've had this year. But at the same time, the games haven't quite been going our way, even with that stat line. You know, 2 straight losses now. And actually, for myself, I think it's actually 3 or 4 straight losses because the last 2 wins we had came a couple games ago, back-to-back wins for Carter Hart. We actually haven't gotten a win in a couple of now, so 12 minutes left here in the second period. We're still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Very few shots. I believe only 1 shot so far steered towards Swayman in this second period, as it's been majority Boston. So a bit of a flip back and forth. Is that Scott Lawton playing for, so former Flyer in this game, now playing for the Boston Bruins? I believe that is indeed Scott Lawton. So I don't know when he would have got moved. Well, you can hear the crowd absolutely electric here. A loud "Let's Go Bruins" chant. It's going to be Pavel Zacha steering that one away from Morgan Frost. Lindholm now back up ahead of McAvoy, who gets it forward to Charlie Coyle. Coyle working his way through the neutral zone, down low. Cross-seam pass to Zacha. Shoots that one up high, and we track it nicely. Full pressure once again by the Bruins. Another tip in front. They're really utilizing the tip, and it's actually been extremely effective as the puck has changed position 3 or 4 times in dangerous spaces. There's another one in front. As the first line here has been hemmed in a few times. We got to get our speed going. Michkov with a hard shot, giving Swayman a little bit of trouble. There's a good effort by Morgan Frost. Turns, shoots, a rebound to the side of the net. Now we have full pressure ourselves, so just when we need a good shift, the second half for this top line, putting on a lot of work here in the Boston zone. Zacha fires a pass across for McAvoy. He's able to clear this one out. We got a nice little battle here in Boston for you guys. We said it at the top of the episode. Two very physical teams, two teams that are both very strong offensively, and you are seeing it go to work here as it's a bit of a goalie duel so far. Zamula down low, pass in front, big windup for Sam Steele. The puck squirts into the corner, and Zamula nearly finding that one back in front. York with a great stick takes that one away. Zamula back, comes forward for Owen Tippett. Owen Tippett down low, working down low, pulling two Bruins with him. He had a chance to get that puck back, but Brad Marchand reads that one beautifully, and now he takes off. Brad Marchand in against Sanheim. Sanheim spins away, and now Bobby Brink takes off. Bobby Brink across for Robinson. A strong shot, a great save once again by Jeremy Swayman. Eriksson Ek back to help out defensively, ahead to Carlo, who finds the very talented David Pasternak. Scott Lawton, former Philadelphia Flyer, loses that puck, and right now Philadelphia is doing a great job. It was kind of sluggish in the opening stint of this second period, but boy, oh boy, have they really cleaned themselves up defensively. They're getting great opportunities in the Boston zone. This has been one hell of a game to watch. I mean, there's been some games like that where you kind of just have to sit back and watch the AI go to work, and this is one of those games. A low-scoring affair, 1-0 game might not seem like it's that entertaining, but when you watch two teams that are both on top of their game, it's a lot of fun to watch. Scott Lawton works in. We'll poke that one forward to Robinson. Now a turnover. We nearly caught the Boston defenseman on a line change. Brink works in a sharp shot right there for the captain, Sean Couturier. But it's steered away, and now Yulanen back for Scott Lawton. Stops up. We have a lot of patience on these shots right now. Kicks back behind the net. 20 shots in the game for the Bruins. It's lost in front to Morgan Frost. Now Joel Farabee takes it away. Joel Farabee stops, dekes, shoots. Not a lot going for him right now. There's not a lot of positive energy coming in the way of Joel Farabee, and it's a little discouraging because, like I said, he was so good on that second line. He was leading the team in both points and goals for a number of games. It just feels like he just has either he hasn't found that chemistry with the two boys on the top line, or he just doesn't have it in him anymore to play at top speed against the best of the best. Remember, second line, even with AI, a lot of teams' second lines in this game are very much different than their first line. A lot of superstars with 90, 95 overall statuses, somewhere between there on the top line. You go down to the second, you might only have one guy in the 90s, a lot of guys in the 80s. So for someone like Farabee, who is nowhere near his superstar caliber, sitting around, I'm going to guess somewhere around 85, 86 overall, you're now going against guys that are better than you. It's a lot tougher to get situated as an AI and make some smart plays. Zaka with a tough angle shot and a good stick there. A penalty as Zamula reached for the puck, and Pavel Zaka tries to stick lift him, gets the stick into the hands. You can see the coach talking with the ref. He doesn't like that, saying it's a little bit of BS, and while it might be a bit true, we have an opportunity here to get another goal late in the second period. 52 seconds left on that clock. And Eriksson Ek does a great job, wins that face-off. Pass back for McAvoy, some much-needed seconds killed off. Marchand gets rocked to the ice. Eriksson Ek waiting for his team. And a bullet from the point by the man, Joel Eriksson Ek. And this man has my number, dude. What in the world did I just witness? This man just unloaded, and my dude fluffed on the shot. I just waved under that puck by a mile. Oh, look at this. Oh, he just didn't even read it. Top of the crease, in a good position for that glove. And my arch nemesis, Joel Eriksson Ek, is going to get a short-handed opportunity. He delivers on it, and it is a 1-1 hockey game. That trade is going to forever haunt me. Ever since I was talking about it, ever since we were on Vegas. Here we go, an opportunity now for the captain to respond. Oh my lord, he just said, here you go, save this one. And my goalie just fanned on the glove. Save. McAvoy now in, jumping up a shorthanded. And Boston is having no mercy here. They are not wasting any time to get in shorthanded and try and make us pay for what they deemed a pretty unnecessary slashing call. But we're going to go to the third period, 1-1 A very strong period by the Boston Bruins, and Eriksson Ek is going to capitalize shorthanded. Oh my word, we're a little, I will admit, I did move slightly right. It wasn't like I was directly square with the shot, but even still, no traffic. My guy just absolutely waved on that. It's a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful goal. Shorthanded. We still have about a minute and a bit left on this power play here to kick open the third period. But it is a 1-1 hockey game. It is a fun game here at the TD Garden. Michkov trying to get this one back to a 1-goal lead in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. A good save there once again by Swayman, who has definitely eased into this game, and he's shutting the door for his team. Tippett spins away from the hit. Back to Morgan Frost, over to Michkov. Michkov shoots, and Michkov scores his second goal of the game. A power play marker. We may have given up one, but boy, oh boy, what an effort here. And this is why I think Tippett needs to be on that top line. Drives to the front of the net, gets two Boston Bruins looking at him, passes it over to Morgan Frost, who makes no mistake giving this one back to Michkov all alone, and he makes no mistake on the shot. A 2-1 effort and a beautiful goal by the youngster for his 9th of the season. Well, that's the response you need, baby. That is exactly the response you need. A great effort. Yes, we'll take some blame for that goal for sure. I mean, there's no way around it, as Michkov now sitting alone at the top of the team lead with 15 points. What an effort by that entire top power play unit. Charlie Coyle works in, down low pass in front, picked off by Morgan Frost, who dropped low to help defensively. Now across to Michkov. He's looking for the hat trick. He steps in just a hair offside. Wow, wow, wow. What a good effort here from the boys. 2-1. Great start to the third period. It was a bad ending to the second, but what a game. I mean, like I said, sometimes the low-scoring affairs are arguably more entertaining. Lindholm walks in. Gets a good look in the side of the net. We stand strong. Lindholm back. And that puck squirts all the way back down to Boston territory. Right on net for Jeremy Swayman, as Michkov puts on a bit of a burst of speed there and challenges Swayman to play that puck. He says, no thank you, and they will hold on for another whistle in the Boston zone. Face off here from Morgan Frost. It's a big win as Joel Farabee steps it back. Stick breaks for Sanheim, but a good effort there as a broken stick helps out. Michkov able to get his body in the way. Now he's alone in the corner. Back behind the net. Crisscrosses with Farabee. Back for Morgan Frost. Frost getting some help by Farabee. Back to Sanheim. Second try with a different stick. And he tries to go top shelf. Maybe a little bit of a weird shot. Granted, that probably was not his stick. I believe his stick was white and red. He picked up an all black stick. What a good read there. And that's the kind of play that Joel Farabee needs to do. Just keep your head up. Look for those passes. Get somebody into a scoring position. And that was a good couple looks there. Right in front. I'm not quite sure where he passed it, but what a play! Oh my gosh, Joel Farabee, the man we were talking about who needed a step, is going to get his 9th goal of the season. That just shows you how good he was on the second line. He gets his 9th, but what a play. Why Michkov passed that, I have no idea, but what a heads-up play by Morgan Frost to return the pass back in front of the net for Joel Farabee. Oh my word, what a weird play, but he goes backhand, dangles, shoots it, snipes it, and Swayman is left with his head looking skywards. Cannot believe what just happened. A brutal turnover, a weird passing sequence by the Flyers, but the man who needed it the most, Joel Farabee, gets his 9th goal, joining Michkov at the top of this team lead. Unbelievable. What a play. What an absolute beautiful play. And Farabee, he's looking good on these last few shifts. Maybe he found a little extra step, gets a little bit of confidence, starts building that chemistry. Man, this game has a way of making me eat my own words. Here we are talking about how a guy hasn't fit in a couple games here, and he's having one of the best games I've seen him have in quite some time. But how about the defense right now? Joining up on the rush, making some good passing plays, getting in the scoring lanes. It's been a really solid effort once again by the Flyers. Honestly, we probably could have 3, 4, 5 wins in a row with some of the efforts. And it's great to see, at least to this point, that the boys have continued that momentum into this game, holding a 3-1 lead with 15 minutes left in the third period. A great effort against a much stronger team. as Drysdale will go for a bit of a skate. Couple quick passes, exits the zone. You love to see that. Owen Tippett now into Boston zone. Down low looking for a pass. He doesn't get it, but Tatar comes in to help him out. He loses the puck. Now Eriksson Ek is forced to regroup behind his net. Over to Carlo. Carlo gets it past the forechecking Philadelphia Flyers, and Zadorov will take out another great stick by Sanheim. Tippett turns it away. Back in front. Sanheim up ahead to Sam Steele. These are textbook passes. This is what I mean. When this team is on, you can see them working as a unit. The quick passes, 2-3 passes. Not trying to skate it out themselves. Not trying to go for that 30-40 foot pass to exit your own zone. You're just being smart, turning away from hits, passing it 2, 3, 4 passes, whatever it takes. And it is working wonderfully here. Well, Boston, which was extremely loud to start the second period and the third period, has gone pretty quiet all of a sudden. Sanheim now working it ahead to Robinson. Robinson over across to Brink. Brink with a shot. Looked like he had an opportunity on that blocker side. A great read once again by Jeremy Swayman, who, to be fair, you can't really fault him on too many of these goals. That goal was just miscued by his defenseman, left alone pretty much 3-on-0. And Joel Farabee beats him. It's so weird. I don't know if the recording... Well, there's a good chance to get it going. I don't know if the recording picks it up as much as my headphones do. But my oh my, when the crowd goes silent, it is eerily silent. Like, you can hear every skate blade, you can hear every call by the ref being made, like all the yelling and all that sort of stuff. You can hear the bench yelling. It is pretty remarkable how well the game, you know, correlates a fan base not being happy. Let's just put it that way. Pass down low. Lindholm gets to the puck first. He fires it ahead to Charlie Coyle. 10 minutes left in this hockey game. Pavel Zacha streaks in. They're trying to go that low side by the post, and we just have to hold on. I know I've gotten into trouble sometimes with getting ahead of myself and making a move. We're just holding on to that post right now, and what a good effort here. We'll take a quick peek at what they're looking at as Michkov will send it forward, but this is another great play by the Boston Bruins to get in. It's just right here. He gets to the outside. I mean, it is a good job once again by Drysdale to push him that way. But that low shot, I mean, they got an angle there. For a while there, I did not think that they had, you know, a good angle on it, but we're making some big saves. We get across. Here's another good effort coming up. Right on the same side, a rebound, and we just hang strong. Make sure there is nothing going for the Boston Bruins at the moment. Well, it's a good effort so far. I mean, we just, I said it before, and I'll be the first to admit it. I come off that post a lot. I don't use the hug a post mechanic because I think it's a little broken as Morgan Frost gets another one here. And this top line is all over it. Unbelievable passing sequence. Michkov this time spins away from the hit over to Farabee and a quick pass down low. You can see the poke. Swayman a little bit out of sorts on this one. No defensive play at all by the Boston Bruins. And Morgan Frost gets to the front of the net. Zadorov spins to the wrong way. A little bit of goaltender interference, but you review that one and you see that he's coming out to poke check that puck, misses it, and all of a sudden the Philadelphia Flyers have a 4-1 lead. This is just remarkable to watch. These boys are flying high right now. No, every pun intended. Andre now gets that shot, hits off the back skate of Owen Tippett, and it now is corralled back for Marchand. Marchand looking for a pass, doesn't get it. Lindholm back to McAvoy, tips in front. I mean, that is working for Boston. It hasn't found the back of the net yet. They've had a number of looks where it's scared the post or just gone wide. Big play across. And that was, I believe, Sam Steele winding that one up before delivering or getting hit by a big hit. The defenseman throwing his body around, making sure that if there is a rebound, it wasn't going to be Sam Steele who got there first. Lindholm, another little elbow, shoving him off that one. I believe Boston has 2 Lindholms, right? A defenseman and a forward, if I'm not mistaken. Eriksson Ek. Not sure why I just did that, but screw it. Trying to score on Swayman. Well, it's been a fun matchup. It was a low-scoring affair for a long part of this game. All of a sudden, Philadelphia cracks this one wide open with 3 goals here in the third period alone. Charlie Coyle back for McAvoy, tip in front, another tip, and we just spread out. Get back to your feet quickly. Unbelievable sequence here. as Boston is utilizing the screens, utilizing the bodies in front, and we have made some unbelievable, some of my best saves positionally that I think I've had all year. Now we're under full pressure again, absolutely exhausted. Stretch out to make a big glove save. And if there's any Philadelphia fans in this crowd, they are on their feet and they are recognizing an excellent goaltending performance, an excellent defenseman performance, and an all-around great effort by the offensive boys in front of us. What a game by the Flyers. 5:50 left on the clock. Big face-off here. Won by Lindholm. McAvoy over to the other Lindholm. But it's going to be a loose puck, and Farabee will finally get this one free. A breath of fresh air as we stave off an onslaught here in the third period, as Boston is desperately trying to claw their way back into this one. Got some stamina back. You can see our recovery is slowly getting better. We're putting more and more points into being able to recover a little bit quicker and not just being exhausted for minutes on end. Michkov now ahead to Farabee. Farabee tries to dangle around his man. The puck squirts over to Michkov, who rifles that one towards the glove of Swayman, but he holds on. 34-28. It's been another busy night in net. Morgan Frost loses that face-off to Lindholm. McAvoy spins away, but Farabee gets it back. Morgan Frost in front for the hat trick. Oh my word, some close calls for this top unit, who all of a sudden we talk about how they haven't found the chemistry yet, and they have had one of their best games all season. Forget about in the last few games. This is one of the best performances by all three of these guys I've seen all year long. You love to see it. I just can't get over how good our team has looked. Like, winning isn't everything. You're gonna lose games. You quite literally can't win 82 games. It's if anybody has ever won 82 games as a goalie in Be a Pro, you cheated somehow. That's all I'm gonna say. But man, oh man, they have been putting up great efforts. Pasternak steers that puck back. 2:40 left in the period. Sanheim up to Farabee, who gets it back for Drysdale, and some good, quick passing sequences. That's a bit of an errant pass there by Morgan Frost, who tried to find Farabee on the far side. Now Farabee gets it returned up ahead into the Boston zone. Farabee back to Frost. Frost with some traffic in front, and a good blocker save once again by Swayman. Icing call here. 1:30 left on the period itself, the game itself. We got our 30th shot onto Swayman. A 4-1 commanding lead. It has been mostly Philly. It has been mostly dominating in that zone. Yes, Boston has had some great looks. They have 36 shots. But I got to say, the pressure is coming from the boys in white and orange at the moment. Another big shot from the point. Well, Boston looked like they had a lot to offer. They obviously scored late in the first. Then they have a great second period. The third, or was it the second period they scored? Whichever one they scored in. They had a great burst of speed. A great pass in front, and Owen Tippett. Where is the defenseman for Boston? That is a slow pass along the ice in the corner. And everybody is just watching this. There's 3 defensemen. The center comes back, and that is 2 defensemen puck watching. You can see him slam his stick. He's so frustrated. But that is a slow pass where Owen Tippett is just given a gift. And he gets his, what did I say, 7th of the season? Oh, Boston, yeah, you can see it on the coach. You can hear it from the fans. For a team that has started this season so strong, you are getting absolutely bodied by the Philadelphia Flyers right now, and it is not pretty here as we pile on a 4-goal third period, and it just looks like there's no end. I cannot believe I just saw 3 Boston Bruins sweaters standing in a line, and not a single one of them went for that puck. Unbelievable stuff. Great pass from Tatar. It was just nothing fancy. That's the only thing. 52 seconds left, and for Swayman and the Bruins, they're just looking to get out of this arena as quickly as possible. Steele, he'll go for a spin. He gets it back in front, and it looked like Tatar had a moment there. Carlo ties up his stick. And all 3 lines, I say 3 because you don't really see the 4th line for your team. All 3 lines just working in harmony. You got all your defensemen. I can't even tell who's on the ice because they're all playing so well. All 4 of our top defensemen playing absolutely incredible this game. A big effort from us in net. 36 saves on 37 shots with still 34 seconds left. Man, oh man, this is the best game of the year by far. Yes, we've had better games where, you know, we've gotten a shutout, blah, blah, blah. As a team, as a cohesive unit, this is by far the best game we've seen all year. Zadorov kicks it forward, but Tatar there to fight that one off. Now Zadorov spins away. He gets it into Philadelphia territory. A hard shot that hits off the side of our trapper and goes into the corner. Now back for Drysdale. Those are the plays that I love the most right now. The quick 2-3 passes to get out of your zone. Now you utilize your speed. And what a performance, ladies and gentlemen, by the Philadelphia Flyers to trounce the Boston Bruins 5-1. A third period to remember. The crowd is not happy. The boys in the goal crease is holy jumpins. What an effort. What a game. 2 big points back in the win column. Woo-wee! That one just gets the juices flowing. That's where I'm like, I'm gonna record 2 or 3 more episodes right in a row. Those just feel good. Those are the ones that you're like, this is why I signed to this team. A big effort, 973 save percentage. And the boys are looking hot, and we're looking to stay hot. Woo! All right, well, we'll do what we always do. We'll simulate. We are getting the next game. This is the first half of a back-to-back. Remember, Carter Hart got both games the last time we had a back-to-back, so there's a more than likely chance that we might as well here. But there's your last few games. Remember, we had the big win against our former team to kick off our November. Then the boys lost against the Oilers. Our first game back in 2025, we lost 3-2 to the Montreal Canadiens. Then the back-to-back wins for Carter Hart. Then we lost 3-2 to the Senators. Both those games so strong. And there we are picking up 2 massive points against the Boston Bruins. And here we are in the Metro Division, sitting currently in a wild card spot. It is a close division. There is only 3 points separating first and fourth. Like, it's a good season so far. It's only going to get better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked that one as much as I did. It was low scoring, and then it wasn't. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bells. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys help us get there. Let's grow this channel together. It's been a blast to start 2025. So many more fun games. PGA 2K25 career mode coming in February. More games ahead. You're not going to want to miss it. As always, make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And until the next video, we'll catch you then. Bye, guys.